MrBeast is a very popular YouTuber. Some people might even say the most popular YouTuber on the planet, famous for helping cure the blind, doing Squid Game. MrBeast Netflix Squid Game. There's an American remake of Squid Game gonna be done, apparently, by Netflix too. As well as a live action one. But MrBeast, very popular YouTuber. And recently, one of MrBeast's friends on his team, called Chris Tyson, came out as trans, some form of trans, using any pronouns, and seems to be happy. Chris Tyson revealed that they were on informed consent, HRT, which, very happy for Chris Tyson. And, of course, with the way the internet goes, a lot of people got really mad at MrBeast. We can see here, we have our kind friend who looks like a thumb, Matt Walsh, saying, "My kids don't watch YouTube, but if they did, I would not allow them to watch MrBeast content anymore." Not anymore kind of clues me into the idea that that Matt Walsh does actually let his kids watch YouTube, and he's just angry about this. Highly confusing and harmful for a child to be exposed to a man who is undergoing a transition. And then of course we have Vosh under here, moving to ratio. Moving to ratio Matt Walsh, and it looks like it's going to be successful. It looks like it's going to be a successful ratio. So, there's been a video, actually, that a hack YouTuber, I'll say, called SunnyV2 posted about Chris Tyson, that we will be reacting to, called "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for MrBeast." And we even have MrBeast down here saying, "Yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my fucking friend, and things are fine. All of his transphobia is starting to piss me off." So we love MrBeast, and in honor of MrBeast and in honor of Chris Tyson, we will be going through this video by SunnyV2 about how apparently Chris will soon be a nightmare for MrBeast. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard it's bad, and let's react to it together. Let's go. Let us go.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast's brand.
Okay, first of all, what? We are 4 seconds in, and immediately the Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast's brand? What? Hey, Chris Tyson living their life and MrBeast supporting their friend could be a complete disaster for MrBeast's brand. What is wrong with you? Immediately. Let's further get into this.
However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin
Okay.
going over the drama before it.
So they're portraying Chris Tyson's transition as a branding thing, as a business okay, let's just keep watching. Let's keep watching.
Explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the
I don't get what the music in the background is.
Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits.
Good for her.
Such as "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I, quote, look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?"
Good for Chris. I just want to give everyone, I just want to say good for Chris. Everyone, good for Chris. I think we can all agree if you're watching this video. Good for Chris. Happy for Chris.
Replies such as "you went from man to boy." Chris responded by by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better." Yet his Twitter
Good
photos
for
kept
Chris.
insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is...
Okay. Wait, when was this video uploaded? 3 months ago. And all of these say from 1 day ago, 5 hours ago, 2 days ago. And this video came out 1 day ago. So either this person, SunnyV2, has been sitting on these screenshots for a while and was waiting to launch them. Because these seem like some pretty... from a fairly old MrBeast video, and MrBeast is pretty consistent with content. 5 hours ago? That's, either those are really recent comments on that video, after this has been like a topic of conversation for a week, or SunnyV2 was literally sitting there just like waiting for the ball to drop on this, which is weird. Which is really weird if it's that latter bit. Anyways, let's continue the video.
It's getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous, as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he...
I want to use my ult to let everyone know that I'm bisexual, and when I told a few people I did when I was 16, I got a lot of negative backlash from friends/family. Okay. Again, good for Chris for being comfortable enough to share her sexuality. Hey, look, I'm bi too. You know, the bisexual lighting. It's not just a look. It's a culture. It's a cultural icon for me. Anyways.
And Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his...
What? Wait, what?
Nails. Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet the for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end.
What the fuck? Wait. So if I'm getting this correct, this guy's entire point right now is that Chris is that being separated and divorced caused Chris to trans their gender. That is the claim being made right now. That getting a divorce and separation caused Chris to trans their gender. I see why I see why people were talking about this video on Twitter. What the fuck? This is insane. This is actually crazy. What? This is wild. Oh my god. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this before making the announcement.
Wait, dude. Really? Okay, first of all, this is just a good outfit. Like, I don't... Dude. That's just a good outfit. I don't know what to tell you. But, like, I also like the conspiratorial music in the background. Like, the fucking... Like... They're just on HRT and transitioning. Like, this is wild. This is wild. So wait, if this guy is thinking they changed because of divorce, shouldn't this guy be super trans for that Black Air Force incels energy? I guess. What you mean, I'm not getting, but yes. If it's good, no. If it's bad, I don't know. Let's continue this video.
Down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand on this by stating,
it's a facet of the process. It is not the full process. It's a part of the process for some people. It's not the full process. Shows SunnyV2's understanding of this, if it has not already. We're only 2 minutes through this video. This is going to be a long one. This is insane.
Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving, gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own body.
True. Keep in mind that that gender-affirming care reduces suicidality within trans people, and particularly the youths, people of my age. As we can see here, suicide risk reduces 73% in transgender non-binary youths with gender-affirming care. Yeah. So I'm gonna link this down in the doobly-doo, where you can see it, along with my links such as my Twitter, my Discord, so that you know when I go live. This is a shameless plug, but if you want to read on this full thing, you're more than free to. I'm gonna link it down below when I fully upload this. But what Chris is saying here, Chris isn't even saying. What Chris is doing here is spitting hot fire fucking bars. Okay, cool. Even then, HRT can refer to treatments that aren't part of gender-affirming care. Yeah. Oop, 1 second. I think I might have to pause the segment. Sorry for the little cut, everyone. Something came up, but you know what? We're here, back again, to react to this just insane video. Let's get back into it.
Which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity,
that's sweet,
others weren't so welcoming. There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to.
They did the meme! They did the meme! Wait, say it.
Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times.
If you couldn't tell before, this is a deeply, deeply, deeply stupid fucking video. And the fact that they even did that dumbass fucking quote is a display of it. Okay? Hey, guess what? That's not how the cycle of history works. Okay? Believe it or not, it isn't hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. You can't sum up history like that. That's not how it happens. That's not how that fucking works. You can't dumb down history like that. That's not how history fucking works. But you know what? They're doing the meme, because these are deeply unserious people. Cons being stupid, got it? Yep.
Weak man times. Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love."
Perfect response. Perfect response. Pointing out, let's see here. Let's see what Chris said here.
I know kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by...
Calling out the dog whistling. Pointing out that Chris does maintain a good relationship with their kid. And pointing out that people like this dumbass down here, Live with Evan, fill people with hate. That's good. That is a perfect... Chris just committed a fucking murder right there, okay? What we just saw there, that was a murder. Yeah? Just made this person's pronouns was, were, okay? That was beautiful.
By people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. Chris's response...
That's great.
Received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria, yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act as zesty."
Anyone, listen, anyone who uses the term zesty to describe queer people are themselves gay as fuck. Okay? Listen, I have never seen the term zesty come out of anyone who is not like secretly a self-hating gay. You can even see it in the person's profile picture. I'll even like, they have, if you can see here, they have the hoodie on. They have the TTTT hoodie on. The body hiding hoodie on. They have that on. I guarantee you, give this person a couple of years, they're gonna come out. Dark Hassan. But no, unironically, zesty is like the corniest fucking thing people have ever used to like try to refer to queer people offhandedly. Like, zesty? Really? Zesty? Motherfucker, you're the one who's zesty. You spray Axe body spray over yourself to cover your fucking BO. Go down to your basement and eat some chicken nuggets, you fucking degenerate. Like, really? Zesty.
Pathetic. Corny. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house, a life full of difference and being alone.
Hey, do y'all want to see a cool statistic? Y'all want to see a cool statistic? Let's pull something up. I'm also gonna toss this in the description. I hate paywalls. But you know what? That's why I have 12-foot ladder in my fucking bookmarks. Request timed out? Really? Does 12-foot not work anymore? Yeah, I guess not. That's lame. Anyways, I'm gonna put this down in the description because apparently Washington Post isn't like being promoted. Children with same-sex parents actually do better in school, which is due to a couple of things, mostly due to the fact that like same-sex parents, aka queer parents, have to adopt their kids, aka, you know, 2 parents in the household. But basically this just kind of goes to prove that like it doesn't matter the sexuality or like gender identity of your parents. What matters is having 2 loving parents, and it seems like Chris's kid does have 2 loving parents. I'm assuming Chris's ex is a fairly loving parent, and Chris very clearly cares very deeply about their kid. So I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to do, don't know what to tell you.
Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're
Anime profile pic and the fucking Bitcoin symbol. Fucking discarded.
again reiterate his certainty in a new post
discarded.
reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments
And YouTube.
also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never
Damn! Damn! Like, look, listen. I have a forehead, yeah? But that shit's listen, I can respect the forehead, yeah? Because I don't have bangs, yeah? I don't have the ability to have bangs. Damn! That shit is global. It is global right there. That is a big ass forehead. God damn. Listen. I have this forehead because it shows my big brain. This person right here has this forehead because of their receding fucking hairline. Let's keep it moving. Avogadro's number head? Absolutely. Christ
your
on a bike.
friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing
30 followers, but they pay for Twitter.
that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life." In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent livestream titled "Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes," Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody
Good for Chris.
participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it
There is no implication that this comment has anything to do with Chris's transition.
normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head.
Really? Wait, this is literally just clip chimping. This is literally just clip chimping right now. Holy shit.
As opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply
They
too
seem
busy opening
very
packages.
happy. Yeah, you have someone up here putting up stuff. They seem
But Chris
fairly
did make
happy
these
opening
bizarre
up stuff.
jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just...
Have you ever watched a MrBeast? That's how he laughs. Like, wait, really? This is the extrapolation going on?
Like,
here?
oh yeah. Drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well.
Listen, this is a joke that everyone fucking makes, okay? That's a joke a lot of friend groups make. Yeah, and you can see he looks at it. Wait, actually, if we look at
Oh
the
my god,
framing
Jimmy,
here,
look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you
because Chris initially holds it up to the
so
camera,
well.
and then MrBeast looks at it, and then looks off, thinks about the joke,
It looks just
and
like...
then reacts because he thinks it's funny. That isn't an uncomfortable laugh. That was a, I look at it, think, react, huh, that's kind of funny. This video's ridiculous. This video's so insane.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy!
How did fan art? This is what
Awkward moment.
we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when
MrBeast tries to divert the conversation from a joke? From a one-off joke? Chris didn't stay on that for too long, or else this fucking dumbass SunnyV2 would have showed Chris trying to stay on that for long. But it was a one-off joke. MrBeast wasn't trying to divert the conversation. He was trying to start a conversation topic. They didn't even discuss the joke. Like, I am convinced that SunnyV2 has never had a human interaction. Like, really?
members started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream
Okay, I thought they were gonna point that out.
was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new
On TikTok. The most botted platform on the fucking world. Okay.
appearance over time. But is this
What are
really
the political implications of MrBeast being an anime girl? Vosh becomes president if MrBeast becomes an anime girl, so we have to advocate for it.
going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him.
True.
Although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. Audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and
Have we ever considered the fact that maybe Chris Tyson is adding an over-the-top queer character? British people, this is why people say that you don't deserve fucking rights. Jesus, how do you have an island full of such a gaggle of idiots? I blame it on the fucking inbreeding. Who? Chris Tyson, real life person, transitions, and MrBeast remains their friend.
a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned
Chris Tyson, fucking a cool person, figures out their gender identity and starts to transition, and they're associated with a YouTuber known as MrBeast, and MrBeast is supportive of them. British person responds with this.
On anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this,
there's no difference between Australians and fucking Brits. They're both dumbasses. Regardless. I think there are 2 minutes left of this video. We're gonna finish it out. But the fact that this YouTuber, SunnyV2, just tried to go woke, go broke MrBeast because MrBeast is friends with a trans person who is featured in his content is... I don't even know how to feel about it. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's idiotic. It's a little detached, I'm gonna be honest. It reeks of has never interacted with another person and has never had a genuine friendship. The fact that SunnyV2 is viewing Chris transitioning as like a business thing is kind of really weird to me. And you know what, we're just gonna continue this after we finish this video.
it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen,
The silent majority. Shut the fuck up. The silent majority. The silent majority doesn't want. Anytime you hear silent majority, just immediately assume that the person is lying to you. Oh my god.
a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up.
So you're a Keemstar?
The problem is this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's
Yeah, let's press bend over on TikTok's opinion, definitely.
forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation.
I don't get why people are acting like MrBeast is like feeling like he's in a bad position here. This is his friend. And if you've ever seen MrBeast smile, you know he has... I'm sorry. MrBeast has like a hide the pain Harold smile. Like he has a very pain like kind of smile. That's just how he smiles. Some people have that. I have that. Like
for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express
anime profile pic, boob guy 7.
acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos.
Trust me, these people have made it abundantly clear that they will express their true feelings around the situation. I wish they would just silently stop watching his videos. I want these people to shut the fuck up. They're so annoying. Hence this video. Please shut the fuck up. God, we're almost there. We're almost at the end.
If this
of a
is the case,
slog.
Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
Hey, aesthetically Saru. Saru being a fellow mod on the team of Sans. What the fuck did we just watch? I don't even know where to start with that video. Okay. Firstly, treating Chris's transition as some form of like business decision is deeply weird behavior. Like deeply weird behavior. And please tell me if the music is louder than me. Extremely insane behavior. Deeply weird. I'm gonna be 100% honest. SunnyV2 is clearly trying to hide their bias in this situation. You aren't doing a very good fucking job, buddy. Okay? Look. Anyone with like the closest thing to a non-biased take in the situation would go like, hey, Mr. Like here's probably the closest thing you can get to an objective take. MrBeast is, I'm pretty sure, the largest single YouTuber on this platform. If PewDiePie is still beating him out, it is literally just in subscriber number, not in views. Because MrBeast gets a consistent 20 to 30 million, if not more, on each video he fucking uploads. Okay? Biggest channel. Biggest single YouTuber. I'm pretty sure the biggest channel is still T-Series. MrBeast isn't going to suffer anything from this. MrBeast isn't going to fucking suffer anything from Chris Tyson coming out as trans. The closest thing that MrBeast will get to suffering is the insufferable motherfuckers in his audience who make videos like this leaving his channel because they can't handle a trans person being on there. And personally, I see that as an absolute win. This video hurt physically to watch. This was painful. This was like something attacking the soul here. What Chris has done, yeah, and keep in mind, MrBeast has already responded to this video and said this. This is someone uploading this, yeah? And MrBeast saying, yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my fucking friend, and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off. MrBeast literally is just trying to be a good friend to Chris. And we have these sociopaths who are like, Chris Tyson is a bad business decision for MrBeast. I'm very British, Australian, New Zealander, Kiwi man. And you're saying Chris Tyson being who Chris Tyson is going to negatively affect MrBeast down. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This isn't a business decision. This is a person with a life deciding what is best for them and how they can be truer to themselves, and their friends are coming out in support of them, and you, like a sociopath, are like, how about I don't support this? Like, I don't get it, you know? You have so many people trying to live their lives, and you're sitting here having a stroke over what? Over Chris Tyson existing as they are, and then trying to hide it under, oh, this is just a bad business decision. Look at how uncomfortable MrBeast is when he's responding to a joke. Oh, did you see him try to change conversation topics when there wasn't a conversation going on and he was just trying to start, like... I don't know what else I can say, because I pretty much said it all in the video. This was a deeply idiotic piece of content. I would rather watch Matt Walsh than this shit again. And that was a 9-minute video. Genuinely, SunnyV2, look, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for dropping that. If you're watching this, which I heavily doubt you are, but if you're watching this, why did you make... I know you made it for views, but you could have just been honest with what at least I assume your position is, which is screw trans people, with the way that you framed Chris Tyson with like the conspiracy music in the background and like highlighting the voices of John Roberts' bunch of numbers on Twitter calling out Chris Tyson for existing. Yeah, like Mustard is saying in chat here, it's a bad business decision to be friends with minorities, apparently. It's so stupid. With that being said, trans rights. I love you all. You can follow me on Twitter, links in the description. Join my Discord so that you know when I go live and so that you can suggest things to me so that I may suffer. And, yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this segment because I need to move on from this. We spent too much time on here. This is by far the longest live stream segment I've ever done. With that being said, I love you all. Peace. Gotta click the stop record button.